welcome to Drop the Puck. We're at Planet Ice Widnes for this second leg of the quarterfinals in the Morley Playoff Championship. Ben, it's poised really, really awkwardly.
It is. It's Widnes Wild facing down a 7-goal deficit after taking an 8-1 defeat last night at the hands of the Billingham Stars.
Yeah, so Billingham Stars are the visitors here today. They're looking to keep a good hold of what they've already got. Widnes Wild looking to claw back something and hopefully try and get something out of this one.
Well, one would say maybe home ice advantage may play into this, but I don't think so. I think it's maybe a hill too steep for Widnes to climb here. May have left it a little bit too late.
Yeah, it's quite possible that Billingham will park the bus on this one. I certainly would. I've got a nice, comfortable lead, but if Widnes are looking to progress and get into the playoffs and some silverware, they've got to have to pull a rabbit out the hat tonight.
Well, they are, and I think the key thing for them is going to be discipline, because right now it's Billingham's to throw away, and they can afford to take Widnes players off the ice.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the big draw to me tonight.
Well, be interested to see how this works out. So without further ado, we're going to go down to the ice. It's time to drop the puck.
The anthems are out the way. It's time to play. And it's a mountain they've got to climb today, Gary, in the form of the Widnes Wild. A 7-goal deficit after an 8-1 defeat handed to them at Billingham last night. Well, so much to do, so little time.
7 goals is a lot, but it's doable. We've got 3 periods of hockey to play. It's a big ask, but we've seen these miracles happen before now. They've got to pull the rabbit out the hat, this being Easter, of course.
Well, it's going to be a tough ask for them. It looks like Ryan Wardle gets the nod. So Wardle will be the starting netminder for the Billingham Stars, who are a plethora of experienced players as well as young skating legs.
And they'll be confident as well.
And up the other end, the figure, ever so familiar, of Harrison Walker between the pipes for the Widnes Wild, surrounded by those golden shirts, and it's a golden performance they're going to need to pull out to get anything back in this game. They stand a chance.
Yeah, well, thing is, the officials for tonight is Mr. Alex Stewart, Neil Herring, and Andrew McKinnon, yeah. So
there are officials for this game.
Team Stripes have got to put their rule of law on this one. So I expect this to be feisty, Ben, if it doesn't go in the way of the Wild.
Well, going from last night's game, Gary, 2 notable mentions of penalties. One was the fight between Joe Greaves and Patrick Grigors, which saw them both leave the ice. And then Liam Charnock a bit later on was dismissed from the game. However, all 3 ice tonight. Will we see any spillover, or will it have got left up there? It'll be interesting to see. It looks like it's going to be Hall and Wilkinson and Hager who are going to go in for this.
Well, it's nice to see them chatting, isn't it?
And away we go. And immediately Volkanovs picks it up, goes to dump it on there, flies wide of Wardle. It's already started.
Yes.
Pinned on the board early by Helens. Helens looks to play it around his D-men. However, Volkanovs, different ideas. Looks like it's been cleared out there by Elder. And Michael Elder, certainly ahead of experience and will want to take control of this game. Hager forces the interception. There's a man's brought down there in the corner. Volkanovs gets there first to the puck. Tries to relay it back around to Hager. It comes off some leg pads. Brealey's going to throw that in. It's going to be picked up early on by Spraggan. Spraggan looks up ice, finds Sykes. Sykes holds his pass, manages to get it over the far side. Shot comes in into the glove of Walker. Finley Braddon there with the shot, and early doors already Walker seeing rubber.
Well, the first little attempt there by the Billingham Stars, and straight away putting Walker get a taste of rubber quite early.
50 seconds gone in the first period. Face off left hand side of Harrison Walker. Face off taken and jumped on quickly by Moss as the Stars look to work it round the back of the Wild net. Played out quickly. Loose puck. Greaves, can he get there? No, he can't. Moss recovers it as they drop back once more with Grigor. Grigor and Greaves. Billingham working that puck forward. Great step in there by Wilcox it was. Wilcox and Kemp Your D-man at the moment for the Wild. Looks to play it out. Gets trapped in the official's legs out in front of the Wild board. Intercepted, however, by Barlow, who's turned it round. Greaves.
Whoa,
Wilcox
nicely.
just managed to keep his skate on side there, but it's Brown. In fact, they have started Brown. Apologies.
Yeah.
Tom Brown, the netminder.
Brown plucks that oncoming shot right out the sky and just says, Greaves, no, not today.
So Tom Brown starting. I'll be interesting. Both favoured netminders this season as Hyde jumps on the face-off. Under pressure early doors again by Spraggan. Dropped by Reynolds. Hyde does well to hold on to it. Spraggan all over him though. Inside! It's come out in front, there's nobody there. Desperately trying to recycle this puck. Reynolds ends up dumping it behind to be chased by Sykes. Thrown forward by Davidson. Reynolds pickpockets him. Tries to put it in the danger zone. And he's wise to that, Preston.
Oh, got caught up there.
Davidson throws it forward, turned back by Hughes. Britton can't control it. Scooped up once more. Davidson looks to cut inside. Ben Davidson, what can he do in the corner?
Jackson's got him pinned on the boards.
Holds that puck up, but every second chipping away here. I know we've got a whole 60 minutes for the Wild to do something, but they need to be making moves out the blocks.
Yeah, need to get on the board quite quickly.
Reynolds and Hyde forward, straight into the glove of Brown. What's he going to do?
He'll hold
He's going
that.
to freeze that out.
Yeah, he'll hold that up.
Well, that's good play for the Wild face-off. As we see here, Reynolds picks it up, skates it through the zones, takes a shot onto net. Brown, comfortable glove, doesn't feel comfortable enough to release it though.
Yeah, I think he'll be very cautious.
Face-off. Mr. Elder there, just having a quiet word quickly, Mr. Stewart. Face-off left-hand side of Brown in the net. It's going to be Hagger that goes in for the draw with Wilkinson. Wilkinson wins it. Helens in possession. Looks to ring it round immediately. Elder knocks it on. Brealey gets there first, so turns it round. Has Sykes bearing down on him. Stubley, head up quickly. What can he do? Haggart tries to knock it on for Charnock. They've managed to force it through. Elder chased down by Volkanovs now. Let it run for Grigors. Looks to go back the other way with Wilkinson. And Walker out of his net. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be the Stars. Throw it back in.
See, the Stars are just happy for that puck to be that end of the ice.
And that's all they've got to do all game, Gary. They don't have to make any major moves that might cause mistakes. It's literally, I don't know how many times you've said it, game management.
Yeah, puck management.
Dowell goes forward. Turned back around by Wilcox, knocked on by Volkanovs. And now Spraggan goes forward. Trailed his leg there, looked like he was going for a tripping call, however, nothing given by the officials. Charnock, lovely little play with Hagger, shot on, leg pad saved by Brown. Volkanovs picks it up on the half boards, bodied into the boards now as a ruck in shoes. Two men brought down, Volkanovs along with that, come out to Hagger, Hagger round the back, held up on the boards.
Oh, nobody there, oh.
And here come the Stars once more, breaking forward. Pressure being applied by Elder. Braggan threw it forward. Moss has recovered it. Looks to go inside.
Oh.
Walker has to go post to post. Gets a great seal on it.
Yeah, Stars already getting an opportunity there.
And the replay we're seeing now is the hit in the corner. Watch it now. It comes into this corner here. Hagger goes flying over. And it's literally a pile on.
Yeah, good save there by Brown now.
So face-off will be left-hand side of Harrison Walker. 15:42 remaining in this first period. Neither team managed to pull a punch yet, so it's still 0-0. But here comes Barlow. Barlow's got Greaves in the middle.
Oh!
And he's put it in a dangerous place. It's caused Brown to knock the net. He hasn't come off its moorings, however.
It did, but he's put it back on.
Murray gets over to Wilcox. Great pass to Barlow. Can he get there? He's done it. Barlow gets inside. He's brought down, however. No tripping call. Grigors gets there. Between Grigors and Gilbert, it's fallen to Moss. Grigors again. Comes near side. Who's going to get there first? Elder or Greaves?
Yeah, it's got it out.
In fact, it was Davidson. Back the other way, however, now. Braggan. And Finley Braddon doing well, putting that pressure on, causing Wilcox to play it early.
Oh, the set.
Shot! Oh, Murray manages to get his stick down in time and save the bacon and Walker.
Yeah.
Galloway put a lovely puck in there, and the Stars literally queuing up to rotate in now and take shots. Preston takes one. Broken stick on the ice. Greaves takes control of the situation. Looks to play it out under forecheck pressure already. Knocked on by Barlow. Quick line change for the Wild. Whitten! Britton skates straight onto that, and can they get anything out of this?
Oh!
Britton again. Tried to put it in on Brown. Reynolds. We know he's got experience with the Stars. The replay day didn't quite catch what we were trying to show, which was the puck into the corner. Face off left hand side of Brown. Preston beats out Britton. Helens rings it round. Stars looks to go up. Hyde applies the forecheck once more.
Oh,
kept in the zone, and they've managed to gain possession. Pickpocket from Hyde. Chooses to dump it in. It's going to be chased down by Britton, but Grigors is there first. Plays it off the boards. Only goes as far as Hall. Back in once more. Hyde trying to find Britton in the middle. Hall controls that. Hughes is going to step up, try and throw it back in the zone. Dan Hyde applying all that pressure at the moment. Off the skate to Hall. Can Britton get there? No, he can't. Stars choose to dump it in and go for a change. 13:33. Time's ticking away in this first. Reynolds almost leaves the puck behind. Hager straight out. Grabs control of the puck. Charges forward. Gets a shot off on Brown, who decides to freeze it out. And Hager will be happy with that.
Yeah. You just see him coming across. He's looking for this chance. Two defenders in his way, but he manages to get a shot off.
Face off right hand side of Brown. Charnock being sent back by the official as he picks up the face off there. Face off win from Hager to Charnock. Now under pressure by the Stars. Twist and turn. He finding a route and he's brilliantly skating in on the back door. However, they've managed to clear it. Wilkinson only gets as far as Hager. Put back in once more. Volkanov's under pressure from Elder. Volkanov's now space in front of him. Decides to take the left wing. Slams on, turns, looking for an out. Gets it in Brearley, top of the slot. Takes a shot through traffic.
Oh!
It's on the... Well, Brown had his pad down and got his glove on it late. Stubley was already swinging at it. You see it again, the replay.
Yeah. To be honest with you, nobody was really going to do anything there. He had his hand over the puck.
But tension's running high here. 12:52 remaining in the first period. Face off, right hand side of Brown now. Shot comes in from Volkanov's, and that comes off a deflection of a stick and high into the roof as we go again. Face off, right hand side of Tom Brown's net. Hager wins it again. Tried to go with the same play. Stars wise to it this time. They found Sykes on the break. Sykes takes a shot off the leg pad of Walker. Low and hard like you want him. Charnock from Volkanov's. Hager gets the legs going. Beats his man there. Puts him into the boards, and that was Ben Davidson. Stubley into the slot.
Oh!
Everyone stabbing away in the paint.
Oh!
And again, a little bit of afters.
Yeah.
See it again here now.
He only just managed. He did cough that up, Brown. When it come in the first time, it's bouncing around, but he manages to come his way. He scoops it up.
12:52 remaining in the first. Face off, right hand side. Deep in the Star zone. Braddon clears it forward. Sykes, Moss, does well. Controls that Barlow. Tries to play it backhand. Galloway shuts that down, shuts the door on him. Here they go again. Gilbert manages to get a pass out to Greaves. Greaves leaves it off for Wilcox. Wilcox on the zone. Puts it in for Gilbert, skating in the back door. Unable to turn it in. And now Moss is going to take control of this and throw it up to Galloway. Kemp just smothers that play out. Wilcox out in front of his own bench, turns, faces up ice. Gilbert gains his own. Quick shot. Whoa. Spilt up by Brown, but a comfortable freeze this time. Greaves just starting to get under the skin of some of the players there, following the puck in.
Yeah,
we'll see
nice
in the replay
speed
again.
out by Kemp there. And it's fed across to Gilbert right in the middle. And he takes his chance, slots it in. But Brown manages to pick up the loose change.
Face-off will now be left-hand side of Tom Brown's net in the Billingham zone. Haggart wins the draw. Kemp decides to throw it round. Moss, chased down by Gilbert. And that's gone up and out of play. So we're going for another face-off as the refs replace the biscuit. .11:40 remaining in the first period. Face-off right-hand side of Brown, and this spout of pressure that Widnes are able to keep up at the moment, not really yielding any results, Gary.
No, it's it's all one-way traffic, and I think the Stars have only had 2 real opportunities. Wild still haven't got anything on the scoreboard.
Helens assisting Moss there as he's turned it round, but it's controlled by Wilcox. And it was Gilbert with the initial attack. That's come off the skates of Greaves. Billingham looks to try and turn it round quickly. Little bit of tennis in the middle. Now Moss, under pressure of Jackson. Drops it back for Braddon. Goes all the way round. Finley Braddon looking for an out. Goes into the corner. Jackson again trying to apply the defensive pressure. Loose puck. Big hit on the boards again. Shot in. Turned away last second.
Oh, got a penalty.
And there is a penalty coming. Who's it going to be on?
Well, tries to get the puck. It's fed back across.
It's on Jackson.
And 2-on-1 there. Opportunity for the Stars, but nothing comes of it. And Jackson gets a penalty.
Well, this is not what the Wild needed, Gary.
Now, 1 man down. And a face-off in their end.
10:43 left in the period. 2-minute penalty assessed to Tom Jackson. Means that Billingham go on the power play. First one of the night. Elder shot down Walker's throat. Face off again from the same spot as they're taking that penalty down. The slashing call assessed to Tom Jackson. Sykes rings it round. Good rotation set up as Volkanovs manages to get a stick in, looking for the breakaway. This is what Widnes do best, and they've managed to get over to Volkanovs. He's surrounded by shirts.
Oh,
good poke check away by
fairly
the Billingham
easy
player.
for him now.
However, he's not giving up on it yet. Trying to come skating in on it. Calling for the tripping call. Wilkinson behind his own net. Here come the Stars once more. Hager shadows, drops for Sykes. Hager gets in there, they've kept the play alive though, and again Hager throws it out the zone. Chased down by Charnock. Brown feels comfortable enough to come all the way out. Wilcox throws it back into the zone. Minute of the power play gone already. Elder knocks it forward. Sykes down the left wing. Takes it into the corner. Elder arrives for support. Drops it to Grigors on the blue. Takes a shot, looking for a redirect out in front. Grigors, second bite of the cherry from the blue. And it was Hager who got there and blocked the shot. And now he's putting pressure on Grigors. Britton bullying Sykes. He's managed to pickpocket him and knock it forward. However, Patrick Grigors just going to control that as we approach the 20-second mark on the penalty remaining. Widnes fans trying to get behind their team now. Braddon once more. Drops it off. Shot comes in. Body flying everywhere. Dumped back down by Hager. Quick change. 8 seconds left on the power play. And you'll hear Walker tapping his stick any minute soon. 3, 2, 1. There you go. It's Brown's doing it. Out comes Jackson. Back to 5-on-5. Quick play. Preston unable to reel that one in, but does enough to maintain it up this end of the ice. Stubley trying to clear it across. Preston cuts out once more. Top of the slot, decides he's going to take a shot, has to go right round Brearley, ends up sending the puck wide. And another battle, middle ice ensues. Barlow manages to regain that one from Braddon. Into the corner, Brearley picks it up, throws it forward, knocked on by Greaves. It's come as far as Barlow, decides to send it back around. Galloway turns it back once more. This time picked up by Stubley. Stubley skates in. Still Tom Stubley. Backhand into the traffic. It's come out around the back of the net once more.
Oh, he's lost
Moss has intercepted that. And here comes James Moss at pace down the left wing. Brings the entire Widnes team back with him. But a key poke check by Matt Barlow.
Stars can afford to leave a few players behind and just do a two-man attack.
Picked up by the Wild. Shot taken nowhere near the goal. And half of the period already gone, Gary. 7 minutes 20 now remains. This is playing right into Billingham's hands at the moment.
Yeah, they need a couple of goals on the board
as
now.
They get an icing call there. Well, back up to the Widnes zone now, and you can see on the scoreboard there the deficit. 7 goals as it's 8-1 on aggregate. Face-off will be right hand side of Harrison Walker in the Wild zone. 7 minutes 12 remain in the period. Shot comes in off the leg pads of Walker, spilled down when it was Wilcox who was there.
Oh, he's rubbed out there.
Charnock almost rubbed out the play, manages to stay on his feet. Good battle by Volkanovs. And now they gain the zone. Volkanovs goes to take the shot. It's come off Grigor's stick. And there's a little bit of a slash after the play. Well, Grigor's there, that was. And Charnock's not happy with the way that's gone down. Patrick Grigor's last night, multiple penalties. And all he did was get under the skin of the Wild.
Yeah, and it looks like he's trying to do the same again tonight.
You can see there, Charnock was skating past and he just lashed out at him. It won't be long until something comes of that. So Mr. Wilcox. Okay. Slashing call given. So Grigors will go to box. And that's much to the enjoyment here of the Widnes fans.
Yeah, just there's a slashing call there. And again, just as he was coming in, Stubley was coming in, so Charnock was coming round the side of the net, and you saw him lash out with his stick.
Face off right on the left hand side of Tom Brown. Power play now in favour of the Widnes Wild. Shot down the middle, and Barlow is trying to put the screen on. Six minutes 50 on the clock, 1:56 on the power play. Assessed to Grigors for slashing. Barlow goes in for the draw against Moss. Puts enough on it, Moss does, sends Charnock out the zone. And Hyde gets his head up, looks for the big stretch pass, finds it. Haggart, as they gain the zone, dumped in for Charnock. Charnock round the back of the net. Cuts it back to Barlow, skating in. Hyde gets a back stick on it. Stubley tries to keep it in. Moss just takes a step back, draws him in, and then dumps it away.
Nearly takes the official's head off as well.
Stubley has to drop back, get the puck, and go again. Bit of an unorthodox formation as they now settle into the standard box of Billingham. Top of the house. Charnock kept it in just. Stubley round again. Widnes fans trying to get behind the team here. Barlow at the point. What's Barlow going to do? He's going to let go for Stubley. Takes one through the traffic, comes off Sykes' leg pads. And now Chris Sykes, kept in by Hyde. Played off to Barlow. Barlow, can he get the puck over? It's an opportunity. Charnock inside. What's he going to do? Trying to get it on front. Through the black skates of Sykes.
Trying to walk that puck in. You can't do that.
And it's a big pass forward. Wilcox knocks it down. Walker under pressure from Wilkinson. 30 seconds now remain on the power play, and just over 5 minutes left in the period. And right now, Gary, dare I say, this is going absolute textbook for Billingham.
It certainly is. They're doing really well. It's like I said earlier, when they get the puck, they're only sending 2 players up the ice, keeping 3 guys back just in case Widnes go on a break.
And that's an icing call there, as hard as Rich Haggard tried to skate after that. Face off down in the Widnes end. Widnes still on the power play for another 16 seconds. 5 minutes 9 show on the clock, and still goalless. Widnes desperately need to try and get something out of this first period if they want any chance of climbing that mountain that is the 7-goal deficit. As Volkanovs goes all the way back out, comes Grigors. Back to full strength, shot comes in, Brown's knocked that away, and a second bite of the cherry on a third, and Wilcox on the outside post. Moss has gone down holding his face. Well, there's cries from both sides of the benches.
Well, it'll be interesting to see that in our replay, exactly what happened there, but it would appear that...
Oh, he catches a stick from Gilbert, it looks like.
Ooh.
The medic team are on ice with him now.
We'll just have a second look at that. So, oh yeah. Oh right, okay. And I don't think Gilbert knew he was there.
No. However, Moss makes his way back to his bench under his own weight. Four minutes 41 is all the Wild have remaining in this first period. Face off, left hand side of Brown as they tie up. Galloway and Jackson. And it's some good play by the Billingham side with Grigors. He's broken for Braddon, and that's going to be a call back. And it's a cross check. Well, it's coming right the way back, and there's Billingham fans booing, the Widnes fans cheering.
We just caught off camera, really. It's unfortunately
Ben Davidson is the one that's going in the box.
He was close to the commentary booth, just below us, but out of camera shot. And with that, the referee's pulling back for a face-off in the Billingham end, and it's power play to the Widnes Wild.
4:27 is on the clock. 2 minutes now, man advantage. The cross-check penalty served to Ben Davidson and the Billingham Stars. What can the Wild do now? They need to do something, Gary.
Yeah, they need to definitely get a score or 2 on the board.
And that's not going to help. Michael Elder read that like a book. Volkanovs holds his skate. Forecheck pressure, causing a little bit of upset. Volkanovs lays it for Greaves and lets one go. And that's been blown dead. Not too sure why. And it looked to have come off the netminder's mask there. So Brown took it to the cage. 1:31 remaining on the power play. 3:57. A very quick face-off taken there. Neither team really settled in.
And again, the Wild tried to build something up.
Just goes to show the pace of the game, Gary.
Yeah.
Moss back on the ice, good to see. Gilbert ensuring a board battle. Can the Wild get it out? Moss making a nuisance of himself. Britton gets out to Stubley, walking the line. Back to Volkanovs. Inside a minute of the penalty now. Will he get it round to Greaves on the back post? Look for the one time, straight down the throat. And Britton just providing the screen there. See it again, Gary.
Yeah. Just getting in the way of the netminder, looking for a slight deflection, but it's no joy.
And Moss has been told to have a word with his players about the after whistle stuff. .52 seconds remaining on the power play. Face-off starts right inside the Brown. Haggard's got a loose puck. What's he going to do with it? Decides he's going to try and go out front goal, but ends up hitting the back of the net. Hyde recovers the puck in the corner. Gets it out in front. Hager shoots. Denied. And again denied. Twice Grigor stands tall before he even makes it to Brown. 30 seconds now remains on the power play. Widnes desperately trying to find the answer to unlock this Billingham defence.
Well, if I'm Billingham, I'd just put as many bodies in front of that goal as I can.
And that's pretty much what they're doing. Stubley plays that out. 10 seconds of the power play remain. Great defensive play by Elder, has just disrupted that again, and that's the power play gone and dusted as we go back to full strength. That, unfortunately, Gary, if you're a Widnes fan, you can say that was wasted.
Yeah, pretty much so. You've got to bear in mind that being 7 goals down on the aggregate, you've got to get a goal in this first period at least, and then give yourself a chance. But of course, on the other hand, you've still got to stop Billingham from putting one in your net.
Exactly. As Brown comes out, flicks the puck out the way, Hager grabs it. Will he see the opportunity? He does. Kemp unfortunately gets in the way. Britton recovers and Brown's gone down in his net. Well, what's this?
What's going on?
He's holding his knee. Are they saying it's Charnock? And this certainly has sparked something now.
Well, they're trying to do something. They're definitely getting under the skin of the Wild players.
We'll see it again. And Grigors and Charnock are out in front. It's a good net battle from what I can see. However, Brown has taken some sort of knock.
To be honest with you, looking back at that replay again, it doesn't seem to be any. It seems to get off his own player more than anything.
Well, it's interference. It's what has been given against Charnock. The medics are currently with Tom Brown in his own net.
Well, a strange one, I must say. The phantom injury, should we call it?
Well, because he's still receiving treatment, Gary.
It was Grigors, isn't it? 17 actually went into his own netminder. And he went down. And now a Wild player's sitting a penalty in the box. He looks like he's been hit by a train.
But he looks to be skating it off. Oh, and he's just winding up the Widnes fans there, brushing his shoulders off. Well, you see it again,
right, yeah, definitely. And it's been had there. The Widnes guys have been had.
Well, Charnock's going to serve 2 minutes for interference.
If that was me, and this was American football, Ben, that would be unsportsmanlike conduct, surely.
1 minute 53.
A bit of baiting going on now.
1 minute 53 is what is showing on the clock. 2 minutes on the power play to the Billingham Stars now. Face off, right hand side of Walker. And Gary with actions like we've just seen there from Tom Brown. I would certainly expect some gloves to be hitting the ice.
Yeah, I think they're playing games now. But
Spradden,
they're in a position to.
Gets it over to Sykes. Man advantage in favour of Billingham, 142 on the power play. Puts it in, turned out. Walker trying to clear it away and does so. Wilcox drives his man into the board. Put back in towards Walker. Turned away and Gilbert's knocked it clear. That power play clock ticking away, but as is the game clock. Now Sykes looks up, feeds that forward. Once more picked up by Spraggan. Inside the final minute. What can they do with it? Billingham starting to work the puck round. Put a shot in, it's gone sailing past the face of Walker's net. Volkanov's tried to clear that away from Moss. It's into the chest. And Hughes caught up in a little bit of a net battle now. Moss is in there. We see on the screen now, you got Wilkinson and Moss.
Yeah, as that puck comes in.
Is it Sykes there as well?
And then it's a little bit of shoving between Hughes and Moss.
And Wilcox is in there on that one.
Officials are going to have to get a grip of this, I'm afraid.
Yeah, this is literally just below boiling point. It could easily spill over. Face off, right hand side of the net to look at it from our position, left hand side of Walker. Wilcox is going to get a stick on that, clear it down. 35 seconds remaining on the game clock, 42 on the penalty. Hager chases his man down, finishes his check. Brearley. Wilcox plays it out of the zone once more. 22 seconds left. Wilcox again. Fighting well, but so far, Gary, Billingham absolutely conducting it and making Widnes dance to their tune.
Well, they certainly are. I mean, they're in the driving seat at the moment, and it's up to them. They can dictate how this game goes.
Inside final 5 seconds. Puck's going to run all the way down, and that's going to be your period there with a 7-second penalty remaining on Charnock when the second period ensues, and there's certainly going to be some words with the officials now.
Well, it's been a feisty first period in this second leg of the Morley quarter-finals between Widnes Wild and Billingham Stars. Scores are tied at 0-0. Join us right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Introducing the brand new Drop the Puck official online store. Choose from a wide variety of items including hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. Ranges include children and adults. Sizes from small to 5XL. Place your order through our Facebook store. Simply select your size and click message. One of our team will assist you with your purchase. Drop the Puck official merchandise store, only on facebook.com/dropthepuck.
Welcome back to this second period here at Planet-Size Widnes for this quarter-final second leg, with the score currently standing at Widnes Wild 0, Billingham Stars 0. On aggregate, the Stars leading 8-1. And we're about to...
Mr. Stewart calls them both to the centre of the ice to start period 2, and he drops the puck and away we go.
I see what you did there, Ben.
Yeah, very good. Of course, they start on the power play, the Stars, for a couple of seconds as Charnock rejoins the fray. And that penalty, speaking with some of the fans and officials in the period break, everyone had a different opinion on how that played out, but either way, it was Charnock who was the one saving the penalty in the end.
Yeah.
And now Widnes...
I guarantee the Wild won't forget it.
Certainly won't. I think it might be fuel for the fire, Gary, as Volkanovs now grabs the puck, goes to go inside. Hager gets it back to Volkanovs, tips it up on Brown.
Oh.
Brown manages to kick it away just. Hager's going to grab the puck, try and recycle it once more. Gets it out in front. Brown,
again.
another great save. Back out. Charnock can't get it there. Brearley gloves it down. And the Wild come out kicking and screaming, banging on the door of Billingham.
Yeah, they've desperately got to get on that scoreboard.
Volkanovs, forced around wide, manages to get it back to Charnock. Liam Charnock does well, clears out to the point. Maybe a little bit too much sauce on that one. And it is. It's allowed Billingham to get in as that cheer is as one of the officials, Mr. Herring, loses his edge.
And it wouldn't be dropped the puck.
Oh, but delay of game's been given to Liam Charnock.
Slashing.
Oh, it's a slashing call, apologies. Mr. Stewart signals slashing, so no sooner has he got off the pine, he now goes back to ride it.
Well, we spoke about it at the start, discipline, penalties.
Face off, left-hand side of Walker. Cleared out quickly by the Wild, now on a penalty kill. Serving the 2 minutes is Liam Charnock for slashing. Billingham.
So Ben, 18:37 on the clock, and right now, that's 2 minutes that Wild are going to waste now.
Well, they are at a disadvantage. I mean, they can attempt a short-handed goal, but when you're facing the firepower and the tactics that Billingham have brought, it's more about all-out defence at this situation.
Yeah.
As we find Braddon behind the net.
Nothing like making your task harder, is it?
Good battle with Preston. Galloway back to Braddon, puts it out in front. And great clearance by Barlow. Puts it down onto the net of Brown. And Mr. McKinnon this time. Must be a hole in the ice there.
Well, that would be where we were fishing earlier, wasn't it?
Stars turn around, minute of the penalty gone. Sykes picks it up, neutral ice. At pace is Moss down the far side, but he's shut out by Stubley. Stubley decides he's going to try and jump that forward. However, he's been caught offside, 2-on-1 situation. Sykes
he missed it!
Fans on it. And now the Wild try and capitalise, looking for the breakaway. Gilbert was the one on the stretch. Dumped in by Brearley. 33 seconds of the power play remains. Hagger reels that one back in. Thrown himself all over the ice now. Sykes, Elder, sorry. Taking off the puck. Back out in front. 17 seconds of the power play remains. Puck thrown forward once more.
Quick line change by the Wild.
Grigors flings it back. Comes all the way down for Kemp. Just eases it back out to the opposite direction. 2-1. Trapdoor opens back to full strength. Charnock back on the ice. And they're looking to pin the Stars in their own zone, but passes like that come off Elder's skate as he exits in the ice. Shot in from Moss. Gloved away by Walker. Can't clear it, Wilcox. Held up by Sykes. Gets it to the point to Davidson. Back out in front. Shot! And that was a shot in. It looked like from Hall. In fact, it was Wilkinson who managed to get it off. 16 minutes 12 remain in the second period. Time is completely slipping away from the Wild as they've got a bit of a break on now with Barlow. Barlow's got Hagger to his left. Drops it. Hagger shoots off the side.
I thought that was in then.
Trying to get it back out in front.
So close.
Barlow still chipping and fighting away. It's gone to Hall. Hall clears it down. Billingham, good shot in, down the throat of Walker. And there's Kemp afterwards with Hall. A little bit of a battle. Sticks tied up. Well, we'll see that again as we went up there.
Breakaway there.
Barlow drops it for Hagger. Good effort by Rich Hagger.
So close.
Face off gets us back underway. 15:45 on the clock as the puck drops. Out in front, Walker left stranded a little bit by his own team. Shot comes in off the rebound.
Well, that was
Walls.
an opportunity there, wasn't it?
Brought the puck out now. Widnes trying to clear the zone once more. Back in by Hall. He's brought down by Barlow. And there's afters. Well, Hall threw punches while he was on his back to Barlow. Barlow's getting up. It's interesting. Tempers are spilling over, Gary. Jackson goes down. He's brought down now. Gilbert's there as well. That's an offside call. And Greaves puts a body on Helens. Halls comes over. Wall's there. Oh, and Greaves is going to the box. Barlow having word with Hall. And right now, Gary, the Wild need to be very, very careful because they are getting irritated very easily by this Billingham team. They're falling right into the trap. We'll see it again.
Yeah. Got to give Miss Jew, like, I mean, opportunity there and the miss, and when it comes back as well. But Billingham have had a few chances there and fluffed it. But
15:04.
It's playing into the hands of Billingham at the moment.
It is, Gary. 15:04 shows on the clock. 2-minute penalty served to Joe Greaves for roughing. Face-off will be left-hand side of Harrison Walker. Charnock and Moss in for the draw. Charnock wins that one. Clears it out the zone and immediately gives chase to Spraggan. Oh, interference is what they've given Greaves, in fact. So not roughing, but interference. Volkanovs came over, trying to shut that off. Played around. Volkanovs and Elder. Sykes reels that one in. Gets it over to Wilkinson. Thrown back in towards Walker. Moss providing the forward check on Wilcox. Charnock again. Trying to clear it past Sykes. Can't. Elder picks that one up. Volkanovs and Elder on the boards. And Billingham just taking all the time in the world, not even phased.
No, they can play around, they can do that. It's all in their hands at the moment.
Charnock and Volkanovs, we got Volkanovs on a breakaway. Vlad Volkanovs tried to go around Brown, but the pace was too much. And back the other way come Billingham. Still a minute on the power play. Elder looks to skate in, shoots it off Walker's blocker into his glove.
Yeah, opportunity there, and you think, lads, Volkanov's going to just slot this home. But Brown stands tall, puck goes to the side. And it's a no goal for Widnes so far.
13:56 on the clock, 7 goals needed. 52 seconds left on the power play in favour of the Billingham Stars.
The thing is, Ben, they're going to need to score 8 to win it. That's 4.
They could do 4 a period, but they're leaving it tight to get 4 this one.
Yeah, certainly are. As the halfway point of the game is coming up shortly.
However, Billingham, absolute textbook game plan. They've come in with a game plan. Get under the Wild's skin. Just pass the puck around. Don't put net pressure on the net. There's no need to. If the opportunity's there, shoot. But by all means, smother anything going forward. And it's working.
They're just playing smart hockey, aren't they, at the end of the day?
Preston now against the half boards. Grigors winds up, takes a big shot. It's off the shoulder of Walker and the rebound's there. And they've got one.
Well, against the run of play. And Grigors fires that shot. Walker parries it into the sky, falls in front of him.
And it's going to be Finlay Braddon who mops that up.
Yeah, he mops it up and slots it to the back of the net, and it's now Widnes Wild 0, Billingham Stars 1.
Yes, Gary, so it's 1-0 on the night, but it's now 9-1 on aggregate. Face-off gets us back underway as the Stars edge out that lead even more now. 1-0 on the night, 9-1 on aggregate, as I said. Braddon with the goal. As again the pressure comes and Stars want to put the game to bed all in all now.
Yeah.
But here comes Barlow. Holds the play up, throws it towards. Well, Brown has lost his glove there. Greaves was involved in the incident. And dare I say, Joe Greaves is like a circling shark now looking for blood.
That's a bit of a strange one now. I mean, I've seen drop gloves before, but never like that.
Face off, left hand side of Tom Brown, 12:41 left in the period. Stars clear the zone, Kemp forced to chase back very quickly. Gilbert knocks it on. The official almost got in the way there. Billingham looking to play this puck forward. And you're starting to think, Gary, that all the damage was done last night.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, but you know, can't write it off yet. Still quite a lot of this game to play.
Elder turns back around. Wilkinson gets around his man. Sent round the houses by Kemp. Sent back for Sykes. Barlow's pursuing him. Wilcox chipped it away last second from Wilkinson. Elder once more. Put it in. Wrapped up by Walker. Well.
Yeah, looking for an opportunity, a little wrap around, feeding it back in. Again, Sykes looking for the loose change.
Face off left hand side to Harrison Walker. 11:50 in the period. This, as a Widnes fan, if you are, must be a hard game to watch. Heart in your mouth.
Well, the thing is, Ben, we always say this on Drop the Puck. When it comes to playoff games and stuff like that, you throw the form book out the window.
Very much. As Reynolds knocks that on, pursues Ben Davidson, and they've turned it around once more. Haven't really seen the second line here of Widnes out much this period. As Hyde chases that into the corner. Hyde flings it back across the face of goal. Britton wasn't there. Neither was Reynolds. Reynolds picks the puck up in the corner. Lets it run. Hyde now in a bit of a challenge against the boards with Moss. Reynolds in for support. Ooh. And Moss follows that one into his netminder's glove. Face off left hand side of your screens, right hand side of Brown. 11 minutes remaining in the second period. Let's just remind ourselves. Oh, it's in! Well, Charnock managed to find Hughes out in front.
Lovely play. Charnock feeds it round the back and then feeds it to Hughes right in front of the net. And he slots it past Brown, and it's given the Widnes Wild their first goal of the evening. It's now Widnes Wild 1, Billingham Stars 1.
Well, 7 goals required again now. And that's an offside on the Stars.
Is this the start of the comeback, Ben?
One would like to think so, if you're a Wild fan.
I've read these stories, and they're like fantasy stories and things like that. Dreams come true. I know, all your fingers are crossed at home, I know they are.
Face off taken quickly, thrown onto the net of Walker. Yeah, so if you're a Widnes fan, you've got everything crossed right now. If you're a Billingham fan, you're happy with the performance your team's putting on. Remember, hockey ends tonight for one of these teams. The other one progresses on to the semi-final of the Morley playoffs. Dumped in, Charlotte gets there, that's an icing call. 10-19 remaining in the period. Widnes fans getting behind their team. Face off, left hand side of Walker. Scooped up by Volkanov's, quick shot in, and a flash of the leather from Walker denies.
Yeah,
the Stars once more.
Walker being reminded of what the Stars can do. They can still score here, and got to safely takes that puck in his hand.
That was Galloway there. 10-14, left hand side of Walker for the dot. Puck drops, Barlow couldn't control it. It's fallen once more to Moss. Moss loses it in the paint. Walker, great seal on the post, denies. Billingham.
And it's not gone yet, still there.
Trying to ring it round his Galloway. Murray gets in there. Galloway again, drops it into the corner. Murray just has to move around the official. Gilbert helps that out. It's fallen for Greaves, turns up ice.
Yeah. Oh,
Decides he's going to throw that one in with that much power that Dowd loses his stick as well. Back up the other way comes James Moss. Moss, a veteran of the Billingham side. Murray can't clear his man. Puts a Wild under pressure as Billingham again get hold of the puck. Pins him up against that board in the opposite corner. And cleared away by Gilbert. Wilcox off the boards, gets round Hall. Chris Wilcox takes it in. Back the other way with Moss. With Wall. Brealey knocks that round. Gilbert gets it. Just controls it. Wilcox. And they've put themselves in a position they don't really want to be in now in a corner. Hall gets it out front. Shot in. Davidson. Blocked it away by Walker. And there's a call. We'll see what this is now. Mr. Stewart put his arm up. And he's just called a dead play.
yeah.
So even though he had his arm up, dead play. Face off out in front of the Billingham bench.
All the Widnes fans are starting to worry every time they see an official's arm go up now.
Stubley rings that round. Brealey does well. Feeds it forward. Knocked on for Reynolds. Can Reynolds get round his man? He can't. Brealey's there to support him in the corner. Tries to maintain possession. Reynolds didn't come out with that one. Does this time. Great little bit of skill from Josh Reynolds as he's pinned up against the board for his troubles. Brought down big time. Back out in front. Steered away from Brown. And here come Billingham on the attack once more with Davidson. Throws the puck in. Goes for a quick change. Brealey looks to clear it out. Helped out by Reynolds. Icing waved off. Quick change from Widnes. Trying to catch him on the hop. Walls goes inside. Hagger takes him straight out the play. They've got it to Volkanovs. One man to beat in the form of Elder. Can he get round him? Takes the shot. Sails wide. 7 minutes 27 remaining in the game. Or this period. Charnock back out on the ice now. Drops it back for Volkanovs. Under pressure from Helens. Volkanovs cuts all the way round, gets it in!
Wow!
Manages to find a gap through the traffic.
He does what he does best. Blads Volkanovs gets a puck, calmly comes, circles round the goal, and the rest of the players picks his spot and slots it home and gives the Wild a second goal here tonight. Now Widnes Wild 2, Billingham Stars 1.
7 minutes 10 in the second period. 6 goals the difference now. 2-1 on the night to Widnes. And they're starting to gain some momentum. 9-3 in an aggregate. And that's going to be an icing call. Well, the question is now, Gary, have they left it too late?
If I'm honest, Ben, I mean, we know they can score. We've seen Widnes Wild before pull off 3 or 4 goals in a period easily, but when you're playing a team like the Stars who know what they've got to do, it's going to be tough.
Face off, taken to the right hand side of Walker. Jackson puts his body on the line for that one. Volkanovs trying to pressure his man, comes out with the puck, plays it forward for Hagger. Billingham defence, go D to D immediately. Hughes with the puck, rings it round, finds Charnock. Goes a little deeper than he would have liked. Giving off for Billingham, 2 men out in front, puts it across. And Elder is just taken off his skates there by Volkanovs. Cries from the Billingham fans. They're saying the net's off the moorings now.
Well,
we'll see that again. You see now, it comes across the face of goal. Volkanovs just gets enough on there.
Yeah, as he goes in, he hits the goal and trips himself up. So it was the player that done it.
The officials putting the netting back on the moorings. Mr. Herring clearing away those players without the letters on. And he's just going to have a quiet word with Walker.
It'll be interesting to see what the call is here, because I can't really see what, other than the fact that the player ran into the net, knocked it off its moorings himself. That caused him to go, as our replay shows here. He comes in, collides with the post, and knocks the goal off.
So no penalties given, but it is a face-off down in the Widnes zone. 6:18 in the second period. Barlow and Moss in for the draw. Goes away the Wild with Barlow. Big stretch pass, trying to find Gilbert. Can Gilbert go back the other way? Doesn't like it. Goes back to Kemp. Kemp to Wilcox. Looks up ice. Wilcox goes through the middle to Gilbert, going at pace. Turn back around immediately. And that's going to be an icing call. That'll go in favour of Widnes.
With regards to that last face-off there, I would have actually played that in the neutral zone there, Ben, as it wasn't a penalty as such against the Wild.
6:02 remaining in the second period. Face-off this time in the Billingham zone, right-hand side of Tom Brown. And Stars immediately clear the zone. Galloway chasing down Kemp. Barlow does well to control that. Played over to Gilbert. Gilbert knocks it forward. Wilcox going to jump in. Greaves gets around there first into the corner. Gains control. Decides to ring it back around for Gilbert. Gilbert, what will he do? Goes back to the point. Dumped back in. Greaves now in the corner one more. Decides to swing it back. Looks to rotate round. Gilbert tries to get it out in front of Moss. Skating in was the Widnes player there, Stubley. Tie up on the face-off circle. Billingham clear the zone.
Yeah.
Stubley dumps into Greaves. Greaves into the corner. Puts it across the face of goal. Ooh. Back out in front, Gilbert. Well, Stubley's tied up there in a little goal battle. Gilbert went to swing it again, but the minute Brown jumped on it, he stopped what he was doing and skated away.
And do you know what? You can watch this. Greaves feels like he's a bit of a victim here. Watch. The minute the goaltender hits the floor, and then all the players are suddenly over to keep Greaves out.
Greaves, an intimidating presence around the goal area.
He must go home and cry at night.
5 minutes 8 left on the clock in this period. Face-off picked up by Billingham. Immediately pressure on. Brown freezes that one. You could see the minute Reynolds was skating in on it, the amount of black shirts that were gunning for him. 5:02 in the second period remains. Ooh, Hyde tries to get the shot on out in front of Brown again. No. And Reynolds has been brought down. There's cries from the Widnes fans. We know there is a little tainted water, shall we say, with Reynolds and some of the Billingham boys, because he was from
it's a penalty.
Was from the Billingham Academy.
Cross-checking. And it's a Billingham player that's going to the box.
You'll see it now, Gary. Watch Reynolds come in there.
Oh, yeah, the signal from the official.
So into the box goes Crisp.
So he's there for an interference. Yeah. And it's power play for the Widnes Wild.
4 minutes 45 remaining in the second period. 2-minute advantage in favour of the Wild as Crisp sits a penalty for interference. Shot in! And Stubley manages to find the crossbar. Charnock's let it go, and it's a breakaway. Michael Elder on 1-on-1 with Walker. Stubley does everything he needs to. It's back across, and he was hung out to dry.
What a goal. Played to perfection there. Makes it like he's going to go, holds it up, feeds it back past Harrison Walker, and he slots it home as calm as you like.
Wilkinson, a happy man there.
So it's Widnes Wild 2, Billingham Stars 2. interestingly enough there, Ben, on that last play, when it looked like everybody was calling for something, and that's when he broke away on his own, because everybody looked like they were stood still.
And here come the Stars again. That's immediately blown dead as Sykes crosses the line. But now back to a 7-goal deficit, Gary. So you can see in the replay here now, he broke away. It was Elder broke away, dragged Stubley to one side, played it round Walker.
Walker was so far out of his net there. I'm surprised.
Yeah, Wilkinson just cleaning up house.
I'm surprised he just didn't seal up that side of the post, but no, it was enough. The Billingham Stars drew him out of his net.
So now the official score is announced. And don't forget, Gary, a short-handed goal that was.
Yeah.
Wild still on the power play. Mr. McKinnon saying Charnock's gone a bit early there. Full start. Wild still on the power play, however. Billingham causing them no end of issues. Picked up once more by Sykes. Stubley drags it through the middle. Sykes once more gets Moss with a beautiful bit of play. James Moss digs, shoots. Ooh. Comes off the leg pads of Walker. And it's clear now Billingham trying to send a message.
Yeah, they fancy getting some more points on the board.
Wilkinson, the goal scorer. Turned around by Walker. Picked up once more by Wilkinson. Blind pass. Intercepted by Barlow of the Wild. Brought inside by Volkanovs. Volkanovs looked like he was trying to leave it for Hager. Miscommunication. It's spilled out front.
Opportunity.
And now finally, Widnes can set themselves up. Shot in!
Oh!
There was a shot in from Greaves. Deflection. Fell to Barlow, who couldn't get there in time. And it's come all the way down to Walker again. The Billingham fans having an absolute holiday here at Planet Ice Widnes tonight. Greaves slams on, takes a shot off the leg pads of Brown once more. Billingham trying to go all the way around. Volkanovs at Gilbert at the point to Wilcox. 8 seconds left on the power play. Try and get it back out. It's out in front for Britain. Swing out, Volkanovs takes one on the back. Trapdoor opens. Chris back out, 5-on-5, full strength. Again, thrown towards the net by Wilcox, looking for the redirect with Volkanovs. Now under pressure. Volkanovs brings it all the way out. It's fallen to Gilbert, who shoots down Brown's throat, and Volkanovs is brought down afterwards. Well, it's getting feisty again.
Yeah. He fancies Volkanovs to do a reenactment of his first goal, but unfortunately falls out as the shot comes in. He falls over the netminder, and it's a face-off to the left of Brown.
Face-off, left-hand side of Tom Brown. 2:26 in the period. 2-all on the night. 10-3 on aggregate in favour of the Billingham Stars. Hughes turns that back around. Reynolds forced against the boards. Manages to clear the zone. Assist coming in from Jackson. Flung into the zone once more by the Stars. And it's fair to say that Billingham have grown into this season, Gary. They started off not on the greatest end of the result as they were going through a development period, but those lads have gelled as they've gone on to the side that we're seeing before us now.
Yeah. Doing a great performance tonight.
Hughes. It's played forward to Charnock. Charnock's got support. Reynolds and Britton puts it across the face of the goal. Brown gloves it out and it's gone a bit tasty in the box. Well, that's one of the Billingham players has got Hughes wrapped up in a headlock, and Bess Hughes won't stand for that. And it is, it looks like it's going to go.
Well, I think there's going to be some penalties dished out here.
Well, that's Grigors
again.
Unsurprisingly.
And he does the thing of skating up to the box.
Michael Elder sent over to Mr. Stewart, the referee for the night.
So let's not forget, Ben, of course, the last encounter between these two teams was at the end of the regular season, and the Stars did come out 8-1 winners that day. So the Wild have found themselves in this position before.
The question is, Gary, how much is it worth to the Wild to go down that route and start taking the penalties, getting into fights and stuff? The answer is really not at all, because they've got nothing to gain from it. However, Billingham can entice them down that lane all they like, because right now it's Billingham and we're moving forward.
Well, would you believe it?
Jackson being brought out of the bench.
And he's serving a penalty.
So Tom Jackson brought off the bench for the Wild. The fans are not happy with this.
Assistant captain Mikey Gilbert asking why.
Well, so Jackson gets 2 minutes for roughing.
Well, I must admit, Grigors has got away with something again there.
So Patrick Grigors remains on the bench. Jackson in the box.
The officials have made his decision.
The Wild fans feel like the Wild are being hard done to. So do the bench.
So the Stars on the power play now as we go to a face-off.
And the Stars seem to be living it up. Puck cleared straight down. And I've got to say, Gary, that if the calls carry on like that, the Wild will start taking it into their own hands. As Charnock tried to go, Brown was out of his net. Volkanovs couldn't get the puck there fast enough. It'd have been a great short-handed goal. However, here come Billingham down the other way. Spraggan, top of the house, puts it back in. Moss takes his time. Final minute of the second period. Briley gets on the puck, clears it all the way down the other end.
And Billingham are just going to ride this out, aren't they?
Yeah, Gary, that would be the obvious thing to do. However, they're seeing an opportunity in an Elder 2-on-1 situation. Goes to go over the bar to Walker. Or under the bar, I should say. It goes over. Moss feigns the shot, forces a diving save from Charnock, who's managed to reel it in. Lets it go for Wilcox. Wilcox dumps it on net. 19 seconds remains in the period. Quick change for the Wild. Oh, Moss loses his edge and goes into the boards. Can Hagger get there? Wilkinson gets there first, just allows it to run through. Stubley's going to get there. Clears it down the other way, and that's going to be the period. And let's just take a minute to reflect on that, Gary, as the two teams have to leave the ice together. Unsurprisingly, Patrick Grigors, one of the very last men out there. But I think, as we said there, if the game continues this way and they almost know it's out of their grasp, the Wild are going to start taking things into their own hands.
Well, I'm expecting the fuse to be lit for this third period. I'm expecting more goals, but I'm certainly expecting some fireworks. Join us for the action and more of this right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Introducing the brand new Drop the Puck official online store. Choose from a wide variety of items including hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. Ranges include children and adults. Sizes from small to 5XL. Place your order through our Facebook store. Simply select your size and click message. One of our team will assist you with your purchase. Drop the Puck official merchandise store, only on facebook.com/dropthepuck.
Welcome back for this third and final period in this Morley Conference playoff quarter-final between Widnes Wild and Billingham Stars.
Mr. Stewart teasing James Moss and Liam Charnock. And it is the Wild that start on the penalty kill. Volkanovs goes flying down that side in front of the Billingham bench. Opts to dump it over to Charnock. And it's Jackson that's serving the penalty currently for roughing, apologies. However, Charnock's going to scoop the puck up as the clock ticking down, 5 seconds left. Shot comes in, it hits Volkanovs, and he's back out, straight to the bench. Charnock recycles the puck, fighting away with Billingham. Volkanovs has come out with it now. What can they do? And it looked like they were going to put it back in with Wilcox, but Sykes has turned it back round, and somehow it's ended up on the pads of Walker once again. Big hit by Greaves. Well, that'll get the fans going. And maybe we'll see the physicality step up now. Well, and that was on Grigors conveniently.
I can see the smouldering smoke from a lit touch paper there.
Yeah, Joe Greaves gunning for somebody as we are underway. Grigors clears the puck back round. And here come the Stars once more. Dowdle sends a high over the net of Walker, scooped up once more by Stubley. Final 20 odd minutes left here now. 18:22 exactly on the clock.
So as we've been saying,
a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
for Widnes.
as we've been saying all through this second period and into this one, 7 points have got to be scored by Wild just to tie things up here.
And they are trying. Hyde grabs that, throws it through to nobody. Stubley gets there first. Wild managed to recover the puck, but it's out the zone thanks to Alex Preston. Stubley tried to go back in, turned around one more time. And the passing's just a little bit off, which has caused the icing call there, which means the puck's coming back down to the Widnes zone. Face off to the left-hand side of Harrison Walker. 17:45 remains in the game. Widnes trying to clear that round. Still trying to get it out the zone. Good pressure up by Billingham. Moss drops that back for Davidson. Knocked on by Walls. Walker is dispossessed.
Took a chance there.
Big hit on the boards. Bodies flying in.
And there's a penalty there.
And there's a little bit of afters. And that's Brealey and Moss. And there's other bodies getting involved now. It's not Moss, apologies, it's Walls. It's Brealey and Walls.
And do you know what? He's not having any of it, is he?
He's done his job, Gary. He's wound them up, and now somebody's getting a penalty.
Yeah.
And he's getting the fist bumps on the way in. It's clear the game plan now from Billingham. We'll see it there. Big hit by Brealey as he goes in, puts Walls down again. Walls immediately got up, didn't like it. And Joseph Walls, well, it's a cross-checking call that Brealey's getting. So 2 for cross-checking, 2 for roughing. 2 plus 2 keeps Brealey on the bench for 4 minutes. And that's a big penalty to kill for Widnes.
Well, interesting.
The judges in the penalty box there asking, do Widnes want to send another player to sit the 2?
Yeah.
Chris Wilcox just laughing it off, saying no, he's all right, he can
See
sit
that
it.
again, the initial.
And there's the hit there.
Oh, yeah. That's the
cross-checking
one.
for. Oh, no, that, sorry. It'll have been the second one.
Yeah. Where he pushes him to the floor.
So 4 minutes goes up against the number 4 of Widnes as he's reunited with his stick. And the Wild now, the Wild fans in full chant.
Everybody's suddenly becoming official.
Well, there are many of them floating around Planet Ice this weekend, Gary.
Yeah, I must admit that. But nevertheless,
Team stripes in force.
yeah, it's the man on the ice that's giving the calls.
Billingham turn that over with Charnock. Played forward. Volkanovs reels it in. Is it too much too late? It might have been there. As the Billingham done enough of a job. Moss is slow getting up. Holding his head. Sykes just holds it up and lets Volkanovs fly past. Spraggan, good turnaround by Hughes. Intercepted well by Sykes in the middle, however. Almost 30 seconds of this initial power play gone. Charnock's got it. Besides just skating to the corner. Wilcox dumps it back in. And Widnes wise to not go chasing this because they know they've got a big penalty to try and kill. So pretty much a quarter of the period. Shot in from Walker, spills it up. And again, off the leg pads. Stars players look like they were starting to queue up in the low slot, see what they can do there. Volkanovs gets the rockets on. Charnock in the middle. Good poke check by Sykes, completely shuts that down.
Clever.
And now the other way, Moss again, left-hand wing. Just holding up, almost 2 minutes of this, 4 minutes gone. Stars' mistake means they have to exit the zone. Hager tries to reel it in, takes all the sting out of it though for Moss to control. Good poke check by the Wild, send it back up the other way. 15-13 remain in the game, 2 minutes 10 now left on the penalties served to Brealey. And the first 2 minutes now null and void. Into the second 2 minutes, 1:13 shows on the 1:15:13 even shows on the game clock. 1:57 on the penalties.
Well, interesting to see how this is, and with 15-13 left, a real big hill to climb here for the Wild.
Face-off will be left-hand side of Brown. Helens just holds that up. And Gary, the question is now, Do the Wild just see this out and try and get as much out of it for their own pleasure, in the sense of, do they try and now get under the Billingham skin?
Well, it's a tall order to try and get 7 goals back just to tie the game. And it's not beyond the possibility.
Stubble's an open net there. It was briefly. But couldn't get the shot on.
It's like I said.
Stubble's just taken one to the face there.
It's like I said earlier, Ben. You've got to remember you've got another team on the ice here, so you've got to stop them from scoring as well.
Yeah, very much so. Kem turns that around once more. Still Billingham in possession though. 1 minute 9 left on the power play. Penalty kill unit of the Wild doing well, but Billingham know they've got the time in their hands. They can take as much time as they need, pick their shots rather than just throwing the puck on net, which they do there, and it sails past the stick of Galloway. Line change all round as the puck finds its way all the way back down to Brown. 45 seconds left. Dragged over, taken off the puck by Barlow. Cleared away once more, but only goes as far as Spraggan. Gilbert with an attempted poke check. Picked up by Barlow. Matt Barlow for the Wild. Tried to slam on and get a better angle. Spraggan wise to it. Hughes takes a shot to come off. Gilbert, however. And Sykes is going to jump on the rebound. Chris Sykes shoots down the throat of Walker. Puck bounces off him into the corner.
Yeah, he stood tall there.
10 seconds left on the power play. And they're down the other way. Again, comes off a body. Gilbert lost his stick. Gets it back too little too late though. Trapdoor opens. Brearley pelts to the bench and on comes Joe Greaves. That's up and out of place somewhere as Greaves has entered the arena.
You make him sound like a gladiator.
Some say you don't see gladiators and Joe Greaves in the same rink at the same time.
Ooh. I get what you're saying there, Ben.
13:09 left in the period. Face-off is down the Billingham zone as they've taken it. In control, look up ice. Grigors and Greaves. You can see Greaves was lining Grigors up there.
Was Grigors practicing his death roll there?
Well, I would not have liked to have been on the outcome of that. We see it again. Puck plays across. And that was the initial Sykes attempt before.
Yeah,
Chris Sykes with a good effort.
Yeah, bounces right off
But yeah,
Alison Walker.
I would not have been on the receiving end of that. Joe Greaves' eyes lit up.
Yeah.
Face off to the right-hand side of Walker, now picked up by the Wild. 12:46 remaining in the game. A massive 7-goal mountain required by the Wild if they even want to attempt to get back in this. However, Billingham with Moss once more. Moss and Brearley resume. Played over by Stubley to Hager. Puts it in. Going to be chased down by Volkanovs. Swung away, Charnock read the clearance. Jackson. Puts it back in. Dowd behind his own net. Charnock tried to cause them a few issues there, but they've managed to clear it down. That's going to be an icing call. 12:02 remains in the game. Icing going all the way up to the Billingham zone.
Well, time's ticking away. We're almost nearly halfway through this third and final period. And you've got to say it's been job done by Billingham, Ben.
You can say that, Gary. They came with a game plan. As the face-off's taken, hits the official.
That'll leave a bruise in the morning.
And he is slow skating that one off. Shot in from in Walker's glove. He opts to freeze it out.
Ooh. That'll be a welcome there, mate, tomorrow.
11:51. Left-hand side of Walker. And Walls immediately brings his man down. And again. Well, it seems like they were bullying Dan Hyde there. He takes 2 bumps, but now he's in possession of the puck. Reynolds. Intercepted by Grigors. Run round for Hyde. Given to Preston through the middle. Preston's got support, takes a shot, sails over the net of Walker. Hyde's going to get the rebound. Tries to backhand it away. He's ended up rebounding it towards his own net, where Hughes is going to come to the recovery. Posted out in front. No one there. And here comes Josh Reynolds. Reynolds, 2 men to beat. Decides to just dump it in instead. Goes for the change quickly. Davidson tries to find a man in the middle and former Sykes. Wilcox beats out Wilkinson. Greaves back on the ice. Sykes, left hand side. Goes to go around Kemp. Greaves does his job, manages to clear it out, puts the body on his man in the point. And Wild clear the zone at last. Picked up by Barlow. Barlow's bit of ice in front of him. Can't drag it through. In front of him, however, Spraggan does enough to put him off. Gilbert's shot deflected. Sykes clears it out once more. He's managed to find Elder. Goes around the house, shot. And puts one right down the throat of Walker.
Yeah, he soaked that up. It was a hard shot as well. As they get on that little bit of a breakaway, he fires the shot in, and Walker soaks it up. Oh, and you can see things just starting to bubble over a little bit.
Face off, left-hand side of Walker, 10 minutes 9 remaining in the game. Still, Wild 2, Stars 2 on the night, yet it's 3-10 on aggregate. This, of course, the second leg of the Morley playoff quarterfinals as Hagger gets a puck down the left side, shoots straight down the throat of Brown. And that really the first sort of sight of rubber that Brown's had to see this period with any sort of venom in it.
And am I mistaken? See the way all the Billingham players all stood there waiting? Were they waiting for something to happen then?
Face off, right hand side of Brown. Volkanovs gets a shot off, sails wide. Can Charnock get there first? Turns Sykes around back into the zone. Sykes manages to clear it. Brearley, foot race between himself and Elder. Knocked around for Stubley. Stubley turns up ice. Stretch pass to Charnock. Charnock's got Volkanovs as he gains the middle. Takes a shot. Comes out the glove of Brown. Tries to get it back into the zone. And Grigors, well, he lost his edge there and he immediately jumps up like he was in retaliation for something.
Yeah, you only fell over on your own there. Yeah, right. Volkanov's trailing leg, but I don't think that was intentional.
The Wild fans in full voice. 9:33 on the clock. Damage limitation now, the game plan for the Wild.
They're playing for pride now, aren't they?
Very much so. As Galloway breaks down that right side, throws it around, gets double teamed. Armstrong getting some ice time now. Jackson shadows his man. Comes back to Braggan. Armstrong clears the zone. Reynolds under pressure from Moss, drops it back. Armstrong couldn't quite get there. It's found its way into the glove of Brown. You see it again.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, it's a little strange that. Little attempt there, but nothing for them. Score still remains 2-2.
9 minutes left in this third final period. Shot comes in, redirected in the traffic that was Gilbert and co out in front, and Barlow. Good fighting shoes with Davidson. And they've managed to clear it down to Wilcox. Wilcox puts it back in, everyone tags up. Gilbert gets round on the pass from Greaves, sends it back the other way. Greaves again, just bodied off the puck by Grigors. Down the other way goes Spraggan. Full layout by Wilcox, the defenseman there. Knocked onside and Barlow couldn't get round his man. Davidson does enough, turns it back round. Moss up the other way, 8:20 on the clock. Backhand, Walker manages to kick it onto the pad and post. And Barlow sees the opportunity now, turns back, allows support to come in. 8:08. Barlow at pace, goes round Moss. Sykes and Davidson. Puts it on net. Turned out very quickly. It was straight onto the pad to Brown. Flicks it back for Stubley. Stubley keeps it in the zone. Gilbert lays it to Charnock. Charnock tries, squeezes it in. Finds it. Well, Liam Charnock here.
Nice play. As Gilbert plays it to Charnock and he slots it right between Brown's legs by the look of it. And it's now Widnes Wild 3, Billingham Stars 2.
Well, Gary, if it was played on who won the game on the night, it'd be a 1-1 series and go to a tie-off. However, it's not. It's now Wild 3, Stars 2, and it's 10-4 on aggregate. 6 goals to tie the game in 7.5 minutes. And here come the Wild again. Volkanov's posted on that net, there's an arm up, and there's a call on the Stars, cross-checking. Well, is that Patrick Grigors? It is.
Yeah.
Grigors goes the box again for cross-checking. He's got a smile on his face, his job's done. Now will the Wild get another goal back? Face-off taken quickly, left-hand side of Brown. Shot comes in, redirect out in front from Barlow. Tried to get it back out to Volkanovs. Instead, fine Wilkinson who clears it down the other end of the ring. Stubley throws it forward for Volkanovs. Skaters in the middle in the form of Hagger. Gets it to Hagger. Tried to turn it in. Barlow was there as well. Charnock at pace round the back of the net. Beats out Helens. Brought down.
No.
Looks at the official shakes his head.
Must admit, it looked a little bit like he pulled him with his stick there.
Stubley gains his own once more. A slew of yellow shirts fly forward.
Oh, the official getting in the way.
Charnock decides to line one up, takes it, rebounds and a poking away at it.
It's there at the side.
And Volkanovs, well, straight in on Volkanovs. That's Moss again. And Barlow's not happy with that. We'll see it again. Shot in from Charnock.
Yeah,
and Volkanovs there poking at the pickle along with Barlow, and it's Moss who comes straight over to Volkanovs.
Well, that's strange, that, because Brown didn't even have hold of that puck. It was just sitting at the side of his leg. But the whistle was blown. Play was dead.
6:44. Wild still on the power play. 1:11 on the penalty save to Grigors. Wilcox at the point. Greaves tried to take the shot, sails wide. Volkanovs. Sykes doing a good defensive job. Gets it to Wilcox. Puts it back through, spilled out once more. Greaves back door, takes a shot, tried to 5-hole. Brown, and instead he sent it up and over. 38 seconds now on the power play. Another opportunity slipping through the fingers of the Wild. Knocked on by Britton. Wilcox sent back to retrieve the puck. 26 seconds left on the power play now. Grigors having a laugh and a joke in the box because he knows, as I say, job's done as Brown's freezing that one out.
Well, the referee's got his arm up. He's just waiting for the face-off to be lined up.
Face-off is taken. Reynolds sees an opportunity.
Whoa.
Good blocker saved by Brown. Saw that late. 10 seconds left on the power play now. Hyde loses his equipment. Put back in Reynolds. Drops it for Hyde. 2-1. Grigors is back on the ice. Barlow tried to drop it for Hyde. Hyde looks for the wraparound. Jackson's there. Drops it for Reynolds once more. Feeds it back to Jackson. Hyde again tries to take a short, sharp shot. However, it goes into the legs of a Stars player, and now they've been able to clear it down. 5:02 left in the game. This out the reach of the Wild now.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see what happens now with just over 5 minutes remaining. Whether or not this start exploding. Or unless the Wish Fairy comes down and grants them 7 goals.
Face off. Picked up by the Wild. Back in.
Oh!
Volkanovs tried to get it in, and there's certainly some afters there. He was ready this time. Helens and Volkanovs this time. Charnock's involved.
Charnock.
Grigors is sparking off and straight in there on some of that. Volkanovs.
Yeah, interesting. The face-off won by the Wild, and as the puck's fed in, almost an opportunity there for Volkanovs to just slot it in, but
Great save by Brown, however.
yeah.
Well, words are being exchanged left and right. You can imagine, Gary, it feels like it's right on the edge of it just going off.
Yeah. Depends on how the officials going to handle this.
Volkanovs gets it forward to Charnock. Charnock throws a little move on. Grigors puts it out in front. Throws it up again. And everyone stands still this time. 4:44 remain in the game. Face off left hand side of Brown. Hager in for the draw, wins it. Charnock immediately rings it round for Volkanovs. Looks to go back out in front. Moss wise to the move. Charnock bodied off the puck by Moss. Brearley holds it, tried to find Volkanovs, ends up running to Dowd. Moss dumps it back in. Stubley into the corner, time ticking away. Charnock fighting with his man. In comes Hager. He's managed to drag it over, and there's going to be a call at an offside. Well, they let that run really late before calling it.
Yeah, just see that on the replay. It's just gone past, unfortunately. But the officials obviously saw that the puck had gone over the line. So it's offside call.
Face off, taken by the Wild. Gilbert looks to have a go, sends it just over the bar. Halls can't clear it. Now Gilbert. Greaves chops it back out. Recovered by the Wild with Barlow. Barlow under pressure, can't get the shot off. Davidson leaning on him. Tangled up in their skates. And Barlow and Davidson off puck. Out in front, Greaves takes a swing at it. It's down the throat of Brown. And Gilbert's not happy about something. Well, Greaves is being led away as well. And who's that there? Oh, well, it's Grigors again, of course.
Yeah, I think it's all going to go off.
Part of me, Gary's like, just get it over with. If you're going to do it, do it.
You're going to drop gloves, just do it.
However, Grigors, even Kemp now, getting a little bit riled up by it.
Yeah.
See it again there.
Greaves, oh, nice shot. For whatever reason.
And in fact, you see it there. Grigors pokes Gilbert in the shoulder with the blade of his stick. So Gilbert just grabs the blade and throws it, and now Gilbert's going in the box. Well, there's certainly going to be some player justice dished out, you'd imagine.
Yeah. I think the likes of Greaves and Lee Kemp are starting to measure up people now. So, 2 minutes.
Delay of game is what they're giving it.
2 minutes to Mike Gilbert. 3 minutes 24 remaining in the period.
Oh, what point does it become a line brawl?
Well, hopefully we won't see that.
And if Billingham are clever, they'll keep Patrick Grigor off the ice. Sykes loses his edge. Fans cheer. Clock ticks down. The Wild season is pretty much dead and done.
Yeah, this is the last of postseason hockey that the Wild will have. But of course, it bodes to what we've been saying all season, Ben, in these kind of tournaments. Any team can win on their day.
Very much so, Gary. That's going to be called offside. And the fans were screaming for a tripping call on Volkanov's there. Not given. Well, that line now of Hager and Britton coming out the penalty kill unit. 1:11 on the penalty clock. 2:35 in the game. Britton manages to control off, throws it on net. Hager couldn't get there. Britton again applying the pressure, however, comes down with Braddon. Finley Braddon gets over to Sykes. Sykes goes back in the middle, goes to find Moss. Walker seals up on that. And all the Wild players throw a quick glance round to see who's round them. See it again, great effort by Sykes. Knew Moss had the pace skating in.
Yeah, Wilcox there just to make sure that puck stayed safe.
.52 seconds on the penalty, 2:15 in the game. Billingham throw it towards the net once more of the Wild. Cleared out, and it's, ooh, that's tight on the zone. They've said it stayed in. However, Wilcox has different ideas. Hager just lost out in his skates for a minute. Throws it back to Brealey, chewing his clock up. Inside the final 2 minutes. Galloway breaks in, goes to shoot, come off. Walker, recovered by Hager. 18 seconds left in the play as he throws it all the way down. 14 as that penalty ticks away. Gilbert seething in the box. Well, Grigor's back on the ice. Grigor's just holding up. Besides, he's going to come out. Penalty expires. Barlow shadows him down. Into the corner. Hyde plays it for Barlow. Barlow, space in front of him. Shot in. Hyde slams on. Tries to throw it on net. Barlow recovers the rebound. 1 minute now inside the final minute. Shot comes in. And again, Brown stands tall. Jackson's in there. Boller's in there. They're trying to poke it in. Well, oh. You see there, immediately Grigor's hand came up and was in the face of Stubley. Stubley just mouthed, "Get off me." Good. Net minded by Brown. Seal the puck, get down.
Yeah. Just grabbing the top of his shirt there, but just in case anything went off.
Is a timeout been called?
I think it is. So is this where it all goes out the window? I think we open the floodgates to dropping the gloves.
I don't like to say it, Gary. I know it's some people find it entertaining, and we've mentioned it before. But hypothetically, if you were going to put a fighting line out now, who do you put out there?
Well, Lee Kemp would be straight out there.
Lee Kemp, Joe Greaves, and
I'd probably put Jarnock because he seems to be a little terrier.
However, the timeout has been taken by Billingham.
The thing is, though, if you're going to go out classy, and at least then people can't say that, you know.
But no, that's certainly not what the Wild have done. They've gone quite the opposite. Volkanovs, Hager and Charnock, the three most dangerous power shooters, is what they've gone with. The Billingham fans are already on the stands, out the seats cheering. Kept in once more by Hager. They've cleared it away. Jackson's giving it up for Sykes. Sykes brought down by Jackson. It's cleared. Oh! Well, that's certainly going to be the match to the touch paper.
Nah.
Elder was down. Sykes was down already.
If you watch the replay, it's as he comes down, strangely enough,
Sykes the one that
he gets brought down by Jackson, and watch now Harrison Walker fires a puck at him.
Well, Sykes has made his way to the bench. Hager shouting something. Rich Hager's lost his cool now. He's gone over to the bench. He's shouting something to the Billingham bench. I don't think there's going to be many handshakes given post-game, Gary.
And Tom Jackson's going to the box, of course.
Tom Brown out of his net, Jane up. The Billingham Stars, travelling fans. Greaves has stood at the gates offering him out.
No, Grigors, he's asking Grigors to go.
Well, I don't think the fireworks are over, Gary, dangerously. Volkanov's being sent in the box as well.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Volkanov's is in the box.
Oh, right. How strange. So Volkanovs and Jackson both go for tripping. Oh, cross-checking, apologies. For Volkanovs, yeah. Okay.
So 5 on 3, 38 seconds left.
And we know what we say about 5 on 3, Ben.
We do. And the defensive unit of the Wild just out there going through the motions.
Well,
Billingham just keep away there. Good save by Walker. And this bad blood not over yet. You see a replay again there. Eldridge gets a pass off quick shot in from Moss. "20 seconds remains in the season for the Wild. Elder takes all the time in the world.
Yeah, they're just going to run the clock down now.
Spraggan gets it back over to Moss, back to Elder. Shot comes into the glove of Walker, spilled up and out. 3 seconds left, it's cleared down to Brown. That's the game there. That's the season for the Wild. And
well,
bittersweet is what you can say, Gary. It's been a great season for them, but it's not the way they wanted to go out.
It certainly isn't, because we know how much the Wild love to be in their playoff games, but you've got to hand it to Billingham. The number 6 ranked Billingham Stars advance on to the semi-finals as they take the number 3 ranked scalp of Widnes Wild in these playoffs. I think we'll just hang fire here and see how this pans out, because I'd like to see them shake hands sportingly. I have a feeling some players might be holding back, but in a sporting manner, I think everybody's shaking hands. At the end of the day, it's all about the hockey. And there you go. It's Coach Hager there just having a quick word with one of the players as he's walking through. But got to hand it to the Billingham Stars. They did a mammoth job in that first game.
And they are Moss and Hager, quick embrace, good sportsmanship.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Yeah, as I was saying, Ben, they did a brilliant job in the first game, Billingham, and that's what's made it so difficult for the Wild.
Very much so. The game was done and dusted last night. Tonight was just formalities.
So with that, we're going to go down to the locker room and get the views of the players and coaches after all this action. So join us after this short break.
I'm here with Billingham Stars captain Michael Elder. Mike, what a performance there by the lads, but it's fair to say the damage was done last night.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, last night I think we put together one of the best performances we put together all year. I don't know if we caught Widnes off guard. Obviously they've had our number this year, but that was a huge game last night for us, and we really, like you said, we really did the damage last night. We knew that they were going to throw the kitchen sink at us tonight, and we just had to weather that storm because it is a hard place to come and get a result.
And weather the storm you did, and you did it well, and even managed to still get some points on the board tonight. What was the mentality of the lads and the coach coming down today?
We knew we didn't have to score a goal to win the game. Do you know what I mean? We had to weather that storm. We had to just play defensively. We had to play conservatively, and we knew that they were going to have a lot of puck possession. Widnes are a great team, and that top line of Hager, Charnock, and Vlad, they like to play with the puck, and they had a lot of opportunities tonight. And once again, Tommy Brown stood on his head.
Well, he did. It's fair to say he had an absolute belter. I've got to ask, so as a whole now, you're going to progress forward, but what's the season actually been like for yourself?
It's been fun. It's been fun. I think coming into it we didn't know how it was going to go, and a lot of people wrote us off. We've got a lot of young lads that have never played at this level before that have developed. But it's a why not us attitude. You know what I mean? We've got nothing to lose out there. We've got nothing to prove it to other than ourselves. We know, like last night, if we put 60 minutes in, that we can cause problems for any team. So again, we played well last night, and that carried on through to tonight.
I'm going to ask a really hard question now, Mike. Summarise your season in one word.
Oh God, exceptional, really. I'm just so proud of every one of those guys in that room that have just pulled on the same rope from day one. It's been hard at times. We've been on some losing streaks, and then at the start of this year, we went on a good winning streak, and we started again a bit of belief. But I think from every single one of those guys, it's been exceptional. And just tonight shows it. The togetherness of the team. We haven't had that in Billingham for a few years now, and we're really looking forward to the future.
Well, Mike, we wish you and the Stars the best luck, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep, thank you very much.
And with Tom Jackson and Bez Hughes of the Widnes Wild. Guys, a hard performance tonight. The win on the night, but ultimately, bittersweet defeat is what I think it is.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a tough weekend of hockey. Obviously, we went there and it didn't really go our way to score. We've turned up today and we've got a win, but like you said, we've lost at the end of the day. We're not going to progress any further. But no, it's been a fun weekend of hockey to finish the season off for us.
Now we look at the Wild season overall, written off at the start by many naysayers. Proved them wrong. You finished third in your first season, and morally, certainly that's a high to take away from this.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a huge positive that we've got for the season. It would have been very nice to have gone to the Final Four weekend, but obviously, like TJ said yesterday, it hit us hard, and obviously we didn't come out on top yesterday, and it was a great character win today to finish off our year.
Now, what's it been like, obviously, stepping up to the Morley from the Laidler? Both of you played Laidler hockey before, first season in the Morley. How much difference is there?
It's massively different. It's at first it was a bit of a large step, especially just from how little hockey we sort of played leading up to coming into the year, and we sort of got the team together quite quickly, and had the quick turnaround of training camp and then going into starting the year. But I'm really proud of everyone that's put on a shirt this year. Everyone's done a job. Anyone that's signed for us has done an absolute great job. I can't fault them at all. I'm so happy about the boys. Obviously, we've got a couple of standouts. Big shout out to Harrison Walker. He's been phenomenal every single game. Like you can't take it away from him. He's a young kid. He's been absolutely fantastic. Probably the majority of our success is down to him just being so good in net. So all the best for his career moving forward as well.
And Bears, any personal highlights of the season for yourself?
I think obviously coming in, starting late off the season with injury, coming in, being able to play that cup final game, that was definitely a highlight that for our season as a team. But obviously, just everything overall, getting this far and obviously finishing third's been a massive plus for us all. And it's been a brilliant year. And like TJ said, it's proud of everyone here that's come in, helped us this year. All our backroom staff deserve a massive, massive thank you. And obviously, can't fault anyone at all. It's been a brilliant year for us.
Boys, a hard-played season, a standout season, some might say. Third in the league in your first season, silverware to boot. Can't go wrong with that. Go and have a well-deserved rest, and we'll catch you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next year.
Well, there you go, Ben. Yeah, well, I mean, you could tell in the players there in the interview afterwards. I mean, well done to Billingham Stars. Outstanding performance in that first game up at Billingham, and of course that's done all the damage they needed to do. They just had to ride out what Widnes was going to throw at them today.
And that's exactly what Michael Elder said in the interview there, and that's exactly what they did. They travelled down, they parked the bus like we knew they would, classic Chelsea tactic. And
Can't say that.
they weathered the storm, and to be honest with you, ultimately I don't even think Widnes threw the full storm at them. I thought it was not a half-hearted performance by Widnes, but I think a lot of in the mindset of the guys, they knew it was a hard reach anyway. Few of them, maybe a little bit irate by some of the calls on the night, and then the frustration that Billingham wouldn't go or didn't want to play the same sort of rules, and that just, it led to a game where it was constantly on tenterhooks. You thought something was going to happen.
Well, I
It never did.
definitely thought it was. We're going to see a lot of dropped gloves tonight, but given the due, Billingham just stayed off and didn't want to know, because obviously they're trying to save themselves from penalties and be eliminated from playing in the next round of the playoffs.
Well, that's it. So obviously they now move on to play at Planet Ice Leeds in the final four for the Morley playoff, and that's literally the end of Widnes' season.
But it just goes to show it didn't matter where you finished in the league. Every dog has their day, and Billingham was out there certainly because they were ranked 6th in the division, and Widnes a proud 3rd position. But of course, when it comes to post-season hockey, that's the end of it for them.
Yeah, there's never a guarantee.
No. So that's been it for us now at Planet Ice Widnes until next season. Obviously, Drop the Puck are going to continue because we've got other games to look at, because we'll be involved in the national finals as well, won't we?
Yeah,
So
the next time we bring you coverage will be from the national finals from Coventry, the final four. That is the weekend of the 30th of April, 1st of May, to make sure you're tuning in.
Yeah, of course, you can always check our back catalogue of games on our archive, which is on our YouTube channel at BASN TV. But, of course, you can get us on our social media outlets. You can get us on Instagram, you can get us on Facebook, you can get us on Twitter, and, of course, on our YouTube channel, which I've just mentioned. And, of course, we have a website, which is basntv.com. It's been a great day here, Ben. It's been a great weekend because, obviously, we've had the playoffs for the
It's been a
Leyland.
great season, Gary. I think, the quality of hockey we've seen this season, covering obviously Widnes here from Planet Ice Widnes, and the amount of teams that have come here, and you never knew who was going to take it on the day, and it's provided great enjoyment. What a platform.
The Morley has been, I mean, it's been a breath of fresh air for me for ice hockey. I've really, really enjoyed it. But I just want to say on behalf of BASN and Drop the Puck, big thank you to Planet Ice Widnes for having us here and
the
looking after us.
hospitality, yeah.
The hospitality as well. Thank you to all the fans that have been coming into all the games and coming up and saying, well done, and thanking us and supporting us and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course, a huge thank you to our crew that do all the hard work behind the scenes and make what you see at home.
Yeah, so obviously thank you, Gary, and in the background as well, we've got Dave and Pete, who without them, obviously, a lot of this wouldn't happen, and everybody else that's been able to chip in, George, Steve, throughout on the commentary, Ethan as well. Absolutely superb, and again, we just hope you guys have enjoyed what we bring you.
Yeah, so for the last time from Planet Ice Widnes this year, I've been Gary Lee.
I've been Bentley.
And we've been
Drop the Puck.